In this episode of the Motor City Hypnotist podcast, we're talking about anti-anxiety medications. If you guys have listened, you know, we just did a series on antidepressants. And I thought, well, let's cover medications for anxiety as well, because depression and anxiety are like the major two things that people struggle with. They can be associated or connected to other things, but a lot of times these are coexisting conditions. So, you know, we're going to cover that. We'll go through it. And as we've done every episode, we're giving away free stuff. Hang in there, folks. We'll be right back.
Here we go.
This sounds like something for the authorities in Detroit.
Well, joke's on you. I'm living to 102 and then dying, like the city of Detroit.
Guys like this antique over here out of Detroit.
Spawned in the hellfires of Motown.
Take him to Detroit.
No, not Detroit. No, please. Anything but that. No.
Stationed in Drambuie. It's worse than Detroit.
We did not have, as a unit, the confidence that we felt like we needed to beat Detroit.
Let's go to Detroit. Now you're talking, brother.
I don't think so. He plays for Detroit now.
Do they have many farms in Detroit?
Detroit to Michigan.
I go to school. I know where Detroit is.
Get ready for the Motor City Hypnotist, David R. Wright, originating from the suburbs of Detroit, Michigan. He has hypnotized thousands of people from all over the United States. David R. Wright has been featured on news outlets all across the country and is the clinical director of an outpatient mental health and hypnosis clinic located just south of Detroit, where he helps people daily using the power of hypnosis. Welcome, the Motor City Hypnotist, David R. Wright.
What is going on, my friends? It is David Wright, the Motor City Hypnotist. We're back with another episode of the Motor City Hypnotist podcast.
I feel so anxious about tonight.
You do? Well, that's good, Matt. We're going to cover that.
Oh, really?
I will make you feel less anxious, or at least tell you how to feel less anxious. That is Matt Fox, the other voice you hear.
Yeah, that's me.
We're hanging out here in the podcast Your Voice, Palatial Southfield Studios.
Hanging out,
having a drink, doing a podcast.
That's
what are you enjoying there, Matt?
Maker's Mark.
Oh, okay. I busted open the Legion.
Oh, very nice. Yeah.
I enjoyed that one from the Man Cave last week.
Yeah, we talked about
absolutely. So let me tell you, folks, first of all, where you can find me, my website, motorcityhypnotist.com. Prom season is weeks away. So if you need entertainment for a post-prom or post-grad night party, now is the time to book because dates are filling up. I'm getting inquiries probably every other day at least now. So dates are filling up. So if you're interested, go to my website, motorcityhypnotist.com/shows. You can get a quote within minutes and you can actually book your show within minutes as well.
Perfect.
To reserve your date. So now's the time. Like I said, dates are filling up. It's getting busy. It's going to be, it's coming up soon. So get on it. My social media links, Facebook and YouTube, are both Motor City Hypnotist, and Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok are Motor City Hypno. That's HYPNO.
Hypno.
And as we've done every episode going back to number 1, text the word hypnosis to 313-800-8510. Within a few moments, you'll receive a text with a downloadable PDF. It's a hypnosis guide. It's a couple of pages. It's a general guide explaining, simply put, what hypnosis is, how it works, dispels some myths and misconceptions, but it's yours for free. And you will also get a link to my Google business page where you can leave a review there. That would be greatly appreciated. Again, reviews help. And wherever you're listening, whatever platform you're on, Stitcher, iTunes, Spotify, whatever it is, leave a review there for the podcast as well. Again, more, you guys know, reviews help us. More people that talk about it, the more attention it gets.
Yes.
I'm hoping to show up on one of these top 10 lists one day for top mental health podcasts.
Well, yeah.
Hasn't happened yet.
It will.
But you know, we're working to get there. So yes, text the word hypnosis to 313-800-8510.
Please, and please.
Yes, absolutely. All right, let's get to it, Matt. It's time.
how winning is done.
Yeah, so I'm just taking care of some business on the
Oh,
phone.
no,
here.
yeah, that's all good, man.
For the people on the Facebook.
Oh,
So,
for people watching you on the Facebook, yes.
Say hi.
Yes.
Say
yeah,
hi.
if you're on Facebook, say hi. That would be awesome. You can be a part of the show, ask questions. We do this every Monday evening. Sometimes, most of the time, it's 8. Sometimes we do it a little bit earlier. But just check it out because you'll get the notification of if you're on my Facebook business page. If you're a fan there, or if you've clicked on there to follow me, you'll get a notification whenever we go live.
Perfect. All right. So what do we got?
All right. Stephen Ma was worried his beloved dog wouldn't survive the night in the Rocky Mountains.
Oh, no.
He was driving cross country to California from New Jersey to start a new job on the West Coast when he stopped for some skiing in Montezuma, Colorado.
Nice.
On December 28th.
Okay.
He left his dog Rocky with a local pet sitter. But instead of relaxing, the mottled brown and black pooch soon bolted into the mountains, and a blizzard was rolling into the region, which has a local elevation of nearly 10,000 feet.
Okay.
Stephen was panicked. He reached out to the town's mayor, who recommended Summit Lost Pet Rescue, a nonprofit with a near perfect record of locating pets.
Wow.
With more than 200 recoveries last year alone.
Okay. That's a great track record.
For Rocky's challenging case, the Summit search team set up trail cameras and a scent station, which usually includes the owner's clothes and a comfy dog bed that can draw the animal out of hiding.
You said a scent station?
Scent stations. SCENT.
Yeah.
Okay. They also launched a social media campaign that shared Rocky's pictures. A few days passed without any sign, and temperatures plunged below 0.
Oh, boy.
Stephen feared the worst. But then Rocky appeared on one of the trail cams, stirring hope that the duo might be able to soon continue their road trip.
Okay.
No luck. After spending multiple 16-hour days searching for him, Stephen had to make the heartbreaking decision to leave Rocky behind and move ahead to his new job in California.
Oh, my goodness. Poor guy.
I was a little clogged with emotion, the founder of Summit Lost Pet Rescue, Brandon Coolio, told Penn Live.
Coolio?
Go on. Yeah.
Coolio.
I might not be pronouncing it correctly, but it's close enough. I just couldn't believe we couldn't find him, and I was bummed out. Several weeks went by.
Holy shnikes.
With no reported sightings, and hope was dwindling. How long could a domesticated dog even survive in the wilds of a Rocky Mountain winter? A few weeks? A month? But then on February 9th, a resident saw an unidentified dog on a household Ring camera. It was Rocky.
Oh my gosh.
Stephen confirmed the appearance after recognizing his collar. Then Brandon and his co-founder, Melissa Davis, quickly set up a trap with scent trails using Stephen's clothes, leading to a cage. Within 3 hours, Rocky entered the trap. Rocky, after 43 days missing, was found. The dog had lost almost half his body weight, dropping from 50 pounds to just 26.
Wow.
But when he was reunited with Stephen, who arrived from California, the dog's energy rebounded and tears fell around the room when everyone saw how excited he was to see his family.
Wow.
We were just so overjoyed, Stephen said, and in disbelief that he could survive for that long. I'm extremely proud of him. And after so many weeks fearing they had lost him, Brandon, too, was overcome with emotion. He's the only dog I've ever cried over. It was amazing. It's what we put hundreds and hundreds of hours into. These reunions are why we do what we do. Rocky's rescue marked the longest number of days a dog has been missing before being found by the nonprofit Summit Lost Pet Rescue. The group has a 99% success rate, recovering 213 of 214 dogs last year.
We'll make that 214 to 215 now, right?
Right. So Rocky was found. He survived out in the sub-zero Rocky Mountains for a month.
Dude, you wouldn't believe the shit that I've seen over the past 43 days. I'm so happy to be home.
It's just, I mean, I guess there's snow, so I guess you wouldn't have to worry about like thirst.
Sure.
But food-wise.
Yeah, that's why he lost half his body.
Yeah. But he had to eat something.
Dude,
that's my question.
You have no idea the shit that I've had to eat.
I want my kibble.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm so happy he was found. That makes me
a little
smile.
side note. We had not nearly to this extent, but when Kendra and I were first married, she had a Shih Tzu. It's probably like 12 pounds, little Shih Tzu. So we left the dog at her parents' house when we got married because we moved into an apartment that we couldn't have the dog. So at the time, her parents had not moved up north yet, but the house was there. They were just spending like weekends and some time there. So her dad took the dog with him up north. But when it was time to come home on Sunday, he couldn't find the dog.
Right.
Couldn't find her. He looked everywhere, all around the house. And they're on a lake in the woods. It's in the middle of nowhere, really. So he had to come home. So her brother went up there a week later, and the dog was sitting on the porch.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah. So this 12-pound Shih Tzu survived for a week in the woods.
Right, right.
So, I mean, it's crazy. It's
You know what you get when you breed a Shih
Oh,
Tzu
no.
with a bulldog?
a bullshit.
Yep.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I've heard that one before.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's awesome. So anyway, Rocky, end the story.
Yes.
Great.
Thank you.
Great winner of the week.
That's how winning is done.
Yes, it is.
All right.
You know, I know I've said this and we kind of repeat it, but it's worth saying. I love these animal stories.
Yeah.
These are some of our best winner of the week stories. Are either lost animals or an animal does something great or an animal gets taken for their last meal or, just things like that.
Yeah.
Again,
They're heartwarming. They make you go, there's a chance.
Yeah.
Right?
And again, we're animal lovers. So,
Yes, we are. That we are.
So, back to it.
So speaking of, if you lost your dog, you'd probably feel very anxious about it, I would guess.
Right. You
would. So today, we just finished a series. And if you haven't listened to the last 4 episodes, we cover antidepressants in detail, when they were discovered, how they work, the types of antidepressants, the classes.
It was for Botox, right? It was wasn't it for Botox?
No, it was for tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis. That's what it was.
Yes. That antidepressants were found by accident because they were looking for a treatment for tuberculosis.
All right, go on.
So since we covered the antidepressants, I thought let's get into the anti-anxiety medications, because between antidepressants and anti-anxieties, these are the 2 major medications most people take for psychotropic or psychological reasons. So what we're going to be talking about is something that's probably, I'm going to say it's probably changed millions and millions of lives, are anti-anxiety medication.
Sure.
So you've probably heard of, again, the major ones, Valium, Xanax. Those are the 2 primary anxiety medications that have been out there for a long time.
Okay.
So here's the thing. How do we get there? So I'm going to back up and kind of give you a history of how anti-anxiety medications came to be.
I'm listening.
Yes. So we're going to talk about the history. We're going to talk about the major types, how they work in the brain, and benefits and risks. So before modern psychiatry, and I'm going to say before the 1950s, let's say.
Okay.
Anxiety was treated with what people had on hand: alcohol, opiates, and herbal medicines.
No cocaine?
No. Okay. Well, maybe. Opiates would probably fall in. Honestly, I'm not disclosing anything that's earth shattering. I've never done cocaine, so I feel like it would be.
Yeah. That is
spikes. It would probably cause you more anxiety. Is kind of my guess, but I can't speak to that.
There are lines I just would not cross.
Wait a minute.
Oh, good for you.
I'm glad you got that.
Are you on dope?
What are you people? On dope?
I just won't cross that line, man. I won't do it.
So here's the thing. In the late 1980s came the SSRIs. Now, the reason I'm bringing that up, those are antidepressant medications. But because they were originally developed for depression, they found as a side effect that it worked well for anxiety as well.
Interesting.
So there's some overlap between the antidepressants and the anti-anxiety medications. So we'll get to that.
Okay.
So there are anti-anxiety medications, and they all fall in a class called benzodiazepines.
Gesundheit. Go on.
And examples of that would be Xanax, Ativan, Klonopin. So the way these work is they enhance GABA. Now, I'm not going to go into the initials and the details, but GABA it's the main inhibitory neurotransmitter. Think of it as the brain's brake pedal.
The brake pedal?
Yes. When there's too much activity, that GABA in the brain, there's a neurotransmitter that inhibits.
Yo, GABA, stop.
So it's helpful because it gives rapid relief, like within an hour.
Mm-hmm.
It's helpful for panic attacks if somebody's experiencing that, and is very useful for short term. A lot of times
the dosage matters.
Yeah, absolutely.
For that hour effect.
Right. Yes. And then there's risks also. Tolerance, dependence, withdrawal, sedation, and memory impairment are all possible side effects.
Mm-hmm.
So generally speaking, benzodiazepines are meant as a short-term or situational use.
Okay.
Now, I know, and I have clients that have been on benzodiazepines for years, and
their tolerance levels just got to be.
It could be, but sometimes there are situations where that becomes necessary, even though it's not ideal.
Got it.
If that makes sense. Because if you stop taking it and that anxiety comes back full force, then we just have to get back into that cycle again.
Yeah, you're starting all over again
now,
at that point.
and I've said this many times, medication is a tool. It's not a solution.
Right.
It's not an answer. So what happens, and again, this is just human nature. Oftentimes people will be prescribed a benzodiazepine like Xanax or Ativan or Valium.
Mm.
And then they think, okay, I have my medication, I'm good. And they don't pursue anything else as far as treatment goes because they have their medication.
I got my pills.
So, and that really is kind of the challenge we face sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to back up a little bit, and I'm going to talk about some of the antidepressants that we talked about in our last series that are helpful for anxiety as well.
Okay.
And these are SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. And these were the newer antidepressants that came out in the 1980s. Things like Prozac, Zoloft, Lexapro.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we talked about how they work in the depression episodes. They increase serotonin availability by preventing reabsorption, and it takes about 4 to 6 weeks for full effect.
Mm.
The good thing about, again, as we mentioned in the antidepressant episodes, they're non-addictive. They're effective for generalized anxiety, panic disorder, social anxiety, OCD, and PTSD. OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder. PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives you long-term stability.
Or if you're from the 50s and 60s, it's shell shock.
Well, yes, for PTSD, for sure. Mm-hmm. And again, there are risks with antidepressants as well. You may have an initial increase in anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
You may have GI issues, sexual side effects, and sometimes emotional blunting.
Emotional blunting?
Yes, like your affect just gets flat, meaning you're just kind of the best way I can describe it is that we have mood swings. And I know people listening to audio can't see my hands, but I'm placing them about a foot apart above each other.
Okay.
And our emotions like
they fluctuate.
In this range. Now, when you have major depression or even bipolar disorder, those extremes are really far apart, ups and downs.
Like on a scale of 0 to 100, you're going in between 80 and then you're plummeting to 20, right?
And then back up and down.
All right.
So in general, and this is not scientific, but it gives you an understanding. If we narrow that band, the highs and the lows become less extreme. And that's what antidepressants do. They narrow that emotional band.
So
which could give you that flat affect or that emotional blunting.
Okay.
Almost like you don't feel as much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it like numb?
Yeah, numb would be a good word. Okay. Emotionally numb.
Okay, and that's really tough to
Mm-hmm.
regulate in itself because you're trying to be a part of a situation, a get together, a gathering, and you just can't feel it.
Yeah,
you got that.
It's hard to engage.
Emotional blunting.
Yep,
okay.
Emotional blunting.
Got it.
The other effective antidepressants for anxiety are SNRIs, which are, as you know from the prior episodes, serotonin norepinephrine reuptake inhibitors. And these are medications like Effexor and Cymbalta.
Okay.
And they both affect serotonin and norepinephrine levels. Another medication used for anxiety is buspirone.
I have not heard that word before.
Buspirone, that's the actual name. The brand name is Buspar. So with Buspar, it's non-sedating, it's not addictive, but it takes some time to work. And that's often also used for general anxiety.
Interesting.
Yep. So now we're going to get into another category that's used for anxiety, and that's beta blockers. So a lot of people take beta blockers for medical reasons. So an example of a beta blocker would be propranolol. And it's technically it's a heart medication.
That's what I was saying. I know that's for heart conditions.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's used off label for anxiety.
I did not
in
know
certain
that.
situations. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then
that would make sense because when you're having an anxiety attack, your heart rate is going through the roof.
Well,
right?
This fits perfectly because a lot of times people who have experienced panic attacks, if you've never experienced one, it feels like you're having a heart attack.
Yeah.
It feels like you're going to die. That's the extreme of it.
Would this be also used for like blood pressure medication maybe, or anything to that effect?
I can't speak to that because I don't know.
I'm just curious because of the elevated heart rate, your blood pressure's up,
yes.
blah, 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 blah. Go on.
And the reason this is good, beta blockers are good because that helps the physical symptoms, which is shaking, sweating, and racing heart.
Okay.
So here's the thing, and it's all context. And I've said this to clients, and I use this analogy a lot, especially clients dealing with anxiety. Because they'll say, I start shaking, my heart feels like it's going to explode. I start sweating. And I said, at what other times do you have those symptoms?
Okay. Oh, you're asking me.
Yes.
When I'm in bed with my partner. Oh, I'm sorry, go.
Oh, good for you.
No, I just, that, but that's a hard question to answer,
Okay, so let me ask it a different way. What activity causes your heart rate to increase, causes you to sweat, causes you to shake, and cause you to have a racing heart?
Okay, exercise.
That's it.
Yeah.
Exercise.
Yeah.
The exact same symptoms exist when you exercise as there are when you have a panic attack.
So the endorphins are just being released in a different way at that point?
Yeah, it's just the brain just being overactive.
Okay. Yeah.
But the symptoms are the same.
Yeah.
And when you frame it that way, sometimes people, it's like a light bulb moment for them. It's like, okay, you can experience these symptoms in the gym and it's expected and it doesn't bother you at all. So in another scenario, say that you experience these symptoms in the grocery store. You can say, this is the same thing that happens when I go to the gym. So I don't need to worry.
Right.
I mean, it's still not pleasant.
I'm just going to walk a little faster through the grocery store and get my exercise in. Yeah.
So let's get into kind of the science. So we talked about the classes of medications for anxiety, but let's talk about why they work, how they affect the brain.
Go ahead.
So anxiety involves a lot of different things. Stress hormone release. When you're stressed, your body releases hormones. Cortisol typically is the chemical that's released when you're in that fight or flight mode. Imbalance in serotonin, GABA, and norepinephrine.
Okay.
So what happens is benzodiazepines calm down. Oh, and the I'm going to mispronounce this. You can probably help me about that. Amygdala.
Yeah.
The amygdala overactivation.
Okay.
What's that from?
That's from Waterboy.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Abdul Oblongata.
I couldn't remember that, but yeah. So benzos work well because it calms the amygdala quickly. And then the SSRIs gradually recalibrate the emotional regulation over time. So I guess to put it in an analogy, think of benzos as a fire extinguisher.
Okay.
It puts out the fire, but SSRIs are like your long-term fire alarm.
Okay.
It's like rewiring the alarm system.
Yeah. I see that.
Yeah. So we talk about benefits versus risks because with any medication, there are possible side effects. There are possible risks. Yeah. I mean, we can say that with aspirin. You know, if you're taking blood thinners, you probably shouldn't take aspirin. But I'm not a doctor, but it's not medical advice. Don't listen to that. I'm just making a comment.
So some side effects, is anal leakage in there?
I don't believe so.
Oh, great Odin's raven.
I have to ask with every single
I know you
medication.
do.
That escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It's a thing. It happens.
So the benefits, of course, as far as taking the anti-anxiety medication, whether that's an SSRI or a benzodiazepine, one, it reduces your level of anxiety and panic. It just calms the brain down, which allows better sleep, improved functioning, and here's the key thing, the ability to more effectively engage in therapy.
Okay.
Because if your mind is in that fight or flight mode, it's hard to address and get deep with emotional issues because you're in that crisis state in your mind.
Right. And there's no emotional blunting at that point. Right?
Exactly. So the risks, of course, are over-reliance, side effects, withdrawals, especially with benzos. And we're going to get into that.
What are the side effects? Like nausea, vomiting, all that?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Yes. So, and I'm going to say this because I say this every time we talk about medication on this podcast. Medication alone is not the answer. It is a tool. It's more effective if you use it in conjunction with therapy and working and trying to resolve some of these issues. Because here's the thing, anxiety can be a habit. It's a habit just like anything else. And when your brain gets caught in that loop, it's hard to interrupt that. It's just used to functioning that way. So it's a habit just like any other. You can break the habit, but it involves work and it involves looking at things and what's triggering this anxiety. I like to worry about.
I like the word commitment. You have to commit to putting the work in while taking the medication as a tool. And you have to commit to that therapy session. You have to get everything you can out of it. You only get out of it what you put into it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
And that's a tough thing to do if you are constantly going through and having these anxiety.
Right. Exactly. It's hard to regulate or even address any other issues because this is the emergency. This is the thing that's happening.
Staying committed to oneself is the best thing that you can do while you're when working through these issues. Yeah. So again, the big thing is, for some people, it's a short-term bridge to help you get better. For others, and again, it's individualized for every person because every person is different. For some people, it can be a long-term It can be a long-term commitment. Yeah.
Either way, you should be consulting with your psychiatrist and a therapist to monitor that because, again, the whole point of psychotropic medications are to get you in a better mental state.
Right.
And you shouldn't be taking it without checking in regularly, especially with benzos.
Sure.
Because there are some risks to that. And we're going to get into it in part 2 to talk about side effects and what happens if you stop suddenly, because again, you shouldn't. And we're going to get more into that. So we've kind of covered the classes, kind of what anxiety is and what it feels like, but we're going to get into, answering questions about anti-anxiety medications, which mean, are they addictive? Will they change my personality? Do they mean I'm weak if I have to take it? So we're going to get into more of that in part 2, which is coming up in the next episode.
All right.
But before we go.
Who's that? Who is it?
Boots needs a home.
Boots. Are they on the ground?
Boots was born in October of 2025. Shepherd Pit Bull mix. Estimated to be about 50 to 60 pounds full.
Okay.
Dog friendly, yes. Cat friendly, yes. Kid friendly, yes.
Oh,
activity
3 for 3.
levels high. And here is Boots. I'm sorry, I had to print this on a different printer today, so it's not in color, but there's Boots.
Come on. Actually, it looks like a pretty small puppy.
He does. Well, he was just born in October, so.
Oh, October of last year.
Okay.
Okay.
Man, so Boots needs a home.
He's beautiful.
Yep.
Aw. Get Boots.
Boots.
Yes.
DetroitDogRescue.com/adopt. Boots needs a home.
Yes, please.
Alrighty, folks, we're going to be back for next episode with part 2 of anxiety medications. If you're on Facebook Live, stick around. We're going to do another episode right now. If you're listening to audio, skip ahead to the next episode or just follow into the next episode. Or if it's not there, it'll be there on Tuesday or Thursday.
Got it.
In the meantime, change your thinking, change your life, laugh hard, run fast, be kind. We'll see you next time. In this episode of the Motor City Hypnotist podcast, we are going part 2 for anti-anxiety medications. If you didn't listen to part 1, you can jump back and listen to that one and catch up, or just go back to it after this episode. Either way, you get all the information. And today is part 2 because we're going to talk about some common questions and just kind of go into more detail about these medications, possible side effects, and things you should know, and whether it should be something that you should ask your therapist or psychiatrist about. And as usual, we're giving away free stuff. Hang in there, folks. We'll be right back.
This sounds like something for the authorities in Detroit.
Well, joke's on you. I'm living to 102 and then dying, like the city of Detroit.
Guys like this take over here out of Detroit.
Spawned in the hellfires of Motown.
Take him to Detroit.
No! No, not Detroit! No! No, please! Anything with that! No!
Stationed in Drambuie. It's worse than Detroit.
We did not have, as a unit, the confidence that we felt like we needed to beat Detroit.
Let's go to Detroit. Now you're talking, brother.
I don't think so. He plays for Detroit now.
Do they have many farms in Detroit?
Detroit. It's in Michigan.
I go to school. I know where Detroit is.
Get ready for the Motor City Hypnotist, David R. Wright, originating from the suburbs of Detroit, Michigan. He has hypnotized thousands of people from all over the United States. David R. Wright has been featured on news outlets all across the country and is the clinical director of an outpatient mental health and hypnosis clinic located just south of Detroit, where he helps people daily using the power of hypnosis. Welcome, the Motor City Hypnotist, David R. Wright.
What is going on, my friends? This is David Wright, the Motor City Hypnotist. We are back with another episode of the Motor City Hypnotist podcast.
You better be.
That is Matt Fox, the other voice you hear.
Hey, buddy.
We're here in the Palatial Podcast Your Voice, Southfield Studios.
Yes.
Again, shout out to Podcast Your Voice. I do this maybe every other, but whatever.
Thank you.
You want to do a podcast? There's something for everyone. There's podcasts for if you can think of it, there's a podcast for it. Like some of the people on your roster.
Yeah.
Like the insulation guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They have a podcast on insulation.
You know,
because that's their profession.
Do you know that space between the eraser and the pencil?
Yeah.
There's a podcast for that somewhere.
Probably. What's it called, Matt?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. No? I don't know. I got to look it up.
What are you people? On dope?
If there isn't, I guess I have to start one.
Oh, come on, guys. It's so simple. Maybe you need a refresher course.
Right.
Hey.
It's all ball bearings nowadays.
Right.
So, yeah, I forgot where we're at, man. I just got sidetracked. Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. So we're talking about Podcast Your Voice, and if you do a podcast, if you on anything, you can walk in, sit down, record, and leave. It's easy. They cover everything as far as the back end and getting it uploaded and published and all of that. You don't have to do a thing except talk.
Love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Podcastyourvoice.com.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Check it out.
Very well. Mr. Jamie Flanagan is the pioneer behind this idea of a podcast studio.
Absolutely. And it's fantastic. Like I said, it's palatial.
It is palatial.
So check it out. If you're interested in doing a podcast, reach out. They'll take care of you.
Perfect.
So let me tell you, folks, first of all, where you can find me. My website is motorcityhypnotist.com. It is time for prom and grad season. We're just a couple weeks away. I'm gone 3 weekends in a row in April in Iowa.
Iowa. I almost
I'm
said
going
Idaho.
to Iowa 3 times in April.
Wow.
Saturday.
That's good for you.
So yeah, it's it's a bit of a drive, but I think I've told you I've decided not to fly for some of these gigs because it's just the hassle of packing like a sound system and checking that and going to oversized baggage. It's just, and plus I just don't trust them with my equipment.
Oh, woe is you, buddy.
I'm just saying, but anyway, but the other thing is driving. You can just take your time. There's no rush. You don't have to be there, and you have to catch a flight. You don't have to pack. I mean, you do
less
have to pack,
stress.
but less stress. Less stress. Absolutely. And I can get a couple books in on the way.
See,
yeah,
Harry Potter.
Which
Here
is
we
great.
come.
No, I'm actually revisiting my Stephen King.
Oh, there you
going
go.
from the beginning.
Wow.
I've read every Stephen King book, and I'm going through now again.
Okay.
So I'm up to Pet Cemetery right now.
That's Pet Cemetery was after the Bachman books, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, because Christine was right before, and chronologically, Christine was the one right before
Bachman.
Christine wasn't Bachman, though. I don't believe.
No, Christine was not. It was The Long Walk.
The Long Walk.
Running Man.
Rage. Running Man was right before. And it's funny, you cannot find Rage. It's not available.
No, it's not because of
the subject matter.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's tough to read.
It is.
Based on the history that we have lived now.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. It could be very disturbing. So that one's not in print even. So
no. God
you
love
can get
it.
a hold of it. I mean, it's not like it involves school shootings.
Yes.
Is what the story
God
involves.
love a master
So,
lock. Just saying.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I'm revisiting that. So it'll give me time to catch up on, get through my Stephen King catalog. Yeah. Awesome. So my social media, Facebook and YouTube are both Motor City Hypnotist. Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat are all Motor City Hypno, HYPNO.
We don't digress that much.
And as we've done every episode going back to number 1, text the word hypnosis to 313-800-8510. That's 313-800-8510. Within a few moments, you'll receive a text with a downloadable PDF. It's a hypnosis guide I've written. You'll also get a link to my Google page, which will give you the link to leave a review, which would be greatly appreciated. And wherever you're listening, whatever platform you're on, connect, subscribe, link, whatever it is, and just leave a review.
Yeah.
It'd be very helpful and much appreciated.
Thank you.
All righty.
Here we go.
It's time.
Winning is done.
It's in there.
My pages are out of order. Sorry, I gotta do a little back checking here.
So our winners of the week, they typically we will focus on good news things that have happened over the past year, 2 years. Every so often we get something that's newer, and I'm not sure if that's going to happen tonight. But if you don't, who would be your pick for winner of the week
for this week?
For this week. It's a tough question because there's a lot going on right now.
The first thing that comes to my mind is JV being back with the Tigers.
Oh, I like that one. I do like that.
I mean, spring training starting. Pitchers and catchers are reported.
Yeah.
So who would you pick? Just out of the blue.
I would say, guess who? Lindsey Vonn.
Oh.
The reason why is that she is going through a really difficult.
No, don't shut me up.
She's going through a really difficult recovery.
Yeah,
absolutely. With her
right.
leg, but she is maintaining. She is staying strong. When she got the day after she fell in the Olympics, her puppy passed away.
Oh, are you kidding?
No, I'm not.
Man, that's terrible.
But her puppy was working through and dealing with a lot of illnesses, and she was doing everything she could to keep him around as long as possible.
Okay.
But she has just continued to fight the good fight. She's healing. She's like, hey, don't worry about me. I will be fine. Just pray for me, and I'm going to continue to keep it on.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So that would be my winner.
Okay.
So, but who is the winner of the week?
Okay. It's a little golden doodle. It's another animal story.
Oh boy, here we go.
A little golden doodle has a brighter future ahead of him after abusive treatment by his owner saw her arrested and an officer leap at the chance to adopt. The story must, unfortunately, include some rather ugly details before one can salute Officer Skeeter Black.
Skeeter
Black is his name.
Yeah.
What kind of stupid wiener name is that?
We had Coolio last episode. We have Skeeter now.
Skeeter Black.
All right, bring it.
It begins on February 2nd at Harry Reid International Airport in Vegas.
This year.
Been through there many times.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have
yes.
not, but go on.
Just last month.
Mhm.
Where JetBlue staff were attempting to inform the dog's owner she would not be permitted to board as the paperwork for the animal, claimed to be a service animal, hadn't been completed.
Oh.
The owner tied her dog to a metal baggage measurement rack and left, prompting the JetBlue staff to call the police.
My goodness.
Officers later confronted the woman who had proceeded through security checkpoint to her departure hall at gate D1.
Without the dog.
Yes.
Holy
yes.
That is terrible.
Yeah. Isn't it? A police recounting of the incident claimed she stated the airline would not allow her to fly with the dog while adding it had a tracking device, implying it was acceptable to leave the animal behind and it would return to her.
Oh.
The police disagreed and detained her on misdemeanor animal abuse charges.
Yeah, clearly, yeah.
However, a violent attempt at resisting arrest saw her removed from the airport.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Animal Protective Services took custody of the dog, the police statement read, after the mandatory 10-day hold period had passed and the owner never returned.
Oh my gosh.
Retriever Rescue of Las Vegas stepped in. The dog was affectionately renamed JetBlue, and 10 days after the 10-day hold, Officer Skeeter Black, who had...
What kind of stupid wiener name is that?
who had confronted JetBlue's former owner, arrived with his family to fill out the adoption paperwork.
That's great.
Bon voyage, JetBlue, and welcome to a new life where you'll be loved beyond words by Officer Black and his family. Yeah. That's the story.
I'm still laughing about it has a tracking device and it'll
return to her.
That's not how that works.
I just couldn't. When I read this, the reason one of the reasons I wanted to use it was I was just so aghast at like, you just leave your dog?
Right. This is the type of person that would own a motorhome, see the word autopilot, flip it on, and get up out of the driver's seat to go to the bathroom in the back. That's not how this works.
Just it's just infuriating.
You have a brain like a chicken.
Well, I'm glad JetBlue has now
JetBlue is now a home with Skeeter Black.
With Skeeter Black and his family.
Yeah, Skeeter Blacks.
Gosh, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing that.
He's got a good name with the Blacks.
Yeah.
What kind of stupid wiener name is that?
My name is JetBlue Black.
That is our winner of the week.
Oh man.
That's how winning is done.
Yes, it is. I'm glad JetBlue got us home. I'm still just very, very fired up on this story. It's just really
back to it.
So I'm feeling very anxious after reading the story. And you know what? Let's talk about anxiety medications, because that's what this episode is about. It's part 2. If you didn't listen to part 1, you can jump back and listen to it later, or just listen to it after this. It doesn't matter.
Take a deep breath.
Yeah, it's all good. Just relax.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're yelling about.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So
we got a drink here. We're not getting any.
Coffee makes me a mite nervous when I drink it.
So yeah, last episode we really kind of got into the actual medications and some of the side effects. No, we're going to get into the side effects tonight.
We are
on this episode, right?
Yep.
But we just kind of went into the history of anxiety medication in the last episode. Now we're going to talk about the side effects.
Yes, we're going to get into that. Yes,
and I understand anal leakage is not one of them, but go on.
So we're going to revisit a little bit of history because there's a little bit more details. So again, before we mentioned in the last episode, before modern psychiatry and medications were developed, anxiety was treated with alcohol, opioids, and herbal sedatives, which again, at the time probably was all they had, but probably not.
Earl Grey.
The other thing they did in the early 1900s, they would use barbiturates, which are sedatives, to address anxiety. But
yeah.
barbiturates are very addictive and very risky.
You think?
Yeah.
Really?
Absolutely.
I had no idea.
Then in the 50s and 60s was the breakthrough, the development, or the discovery of benzodiazepines. So Valium, when do you think Valium was approved for use, Matt? Just as a guess.
As a guess, I'd have to say 1986.
1963.
Really?
Yes,
I'm way
it was
off.
that early.
Wow.
I was surprised by that too.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought it was later.
Yeah.
But yeah, Valium was approved in 1963. Why? Because it worked and it worked fast. Then later in the 80s came the SSRI antidepressants like Prozac, which were originally developed for depression, but also very effective to treat anxiety.
Is that where Valium became more prevalent of being used?
Yes.
In
Yeah.
the 80s?
Late 60s, 70s were like big.
Okay.
Like if it's kind of, and I know this is anecdotal and I won't be able to point to any specifics, but even like TV shows and movies, you have a housewife like, I need my Valium, It's just it was just a common thing. That was the thing in the 60s and 70s for anxiety.
I thought it was bonbons, but
yeah, it could be bonbons. You never know.
I ain't listening to you no more.
So again, we talked about types. Xanax, Ativan, Klonopin are all benzodiazepines. And then we're gonna hold on.
Oh, here
we're gonna get there. So
back to it.
We talked about the medications, the history, the way they work. So here's questions. People have questions, and especially when I talk to clients, when I bring up medications for anxiety, and they start with the questions that everybody would ask. Are they addictive?
Yeah.
Will they change my personality? Same question that happens when we talked about antidepressants. Do they mean I'm weak? A lot of people have this innate resistance to medication.
Sure.
Because they feel like they can't handle it themselves, that they'd have to take medication makes them weak somehow.
As an individual who is susceptible to, medication, medication works really well on me, where I would be asking the question, is it going to change who I am? Because I know that my body chemistry, my brain chemistry is highly susceptible to whatever it's supposed to do. So we have to talk about dosages and all that stuff, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So everyone is different, and they should be asking these questions. Will it make me feel less manly? No.
Well,
but
yeah,
the perception is,
well, the perception is that if you can't handle, well, it's the whole mental health stigma, and this is especially true for men. And I'm generalizing here, but this holds true.
Yeah.
After 32 years of doing this, men are much more resistant to therapy and to taking medications and to addressing mental health needs. Because they feel like it's a weakness. They feel like it's a failure to admit that you have an issue.
Yeah. Taking Zegrid at night really bothered me at the beginning until I'm like, oh, I feel better.
Yeah, absolutely. So when we talk about anxiety, people have people who've never dealt with this. When you say somebody has anxiety, they're like, oh, just don't. You're worried too much. Just relax.
Yeah.
And it's kind of very dismissive, because here's the thing. Anxiety isn't just worry. It's your brain in a fight or flight mode constantly.
It's just firing on cylinders. Yeah.
It's just staying in that mode, which means you have this constant surge of adrenaline happening because of this abdulla's reaction. And we talked about it last episode, the amygdala's hypersensitivity. These medications target these symptoms, which is why they're so effective. So let's talk about the category simplified, the fast acting medications, something that if you're in the midst of a panic attack or an anxiety attack, these are the things that will help the most quickly.
Okay.
Xanax and Ativan.
Okay. Yeah. Those are the most commonly used.
They're best for acute panic and short-term crisis, but not ideal for long-term use. So just keep that in mind. We're going to come back to that.
Okay.
So long-term stabilizers, things that can be taken for a longer period of time. We go into the SSRIs, antidepressants, Zoloft and Lexapro, best for daily anxiety, recurring panic, and social anxiety.
Yeah.
But those take 4 to 6 weeks to kick in fully.
Sure.
We talked about the propranolol last episode.
Did we do propranolol?
We mentioned it.
Okay.
That's physical symptom control. And again, that addresses the racing heart and,
Okay,
and the physical symptoms.
Got it.
Yes. So that one would be kind of like if you have something you have to do that you know is going to be anxiety provoking, like you have to speak in front of a company, or you have something, a presentation that you have to do in front of thousands of people. Or for you, it might be, I have to go to this party and I'm just very anxious about this.
I got to go to a wedding and it's mine. What am I going to do?
So here are the benefits. And a lot of people are resistant to taking medication, and I get it. But if we talk about the benefits, one, fewer panic attacks, better sleep, clearer thinking, improved therapy outcomes, a reduction in avoidance behaviors. Again, just trying to ignore it or deal with it or just not address it at all.
I wanted you to clarify avoidance behaviors.
Yes. So that avoidance behaviors are really just kind of ignoring symptoms, ignoring things, and just hoping for the best.
Okay.
So you don't really address it. You just kind of avoid it. So real life analogy would be, a couple gets into a fight about a specific topic and it never gets resolved and they never speak of it again, but it's still out there.
Oh, wow.
You're avoiding it. You're just avoiding it. You don't want to deal with it. So if I ignore it, it'll just go away.
There's no closure. There's no resolution. It just hangs out there.
Yeah. And it doesn't resolve anything.
And 3 years from now, he brings it back up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get you.
So a lot of times, and people have said that, I have clients who've said this medication has allowed me to function like a normal human being. Now, I never use the term normal in therapy. I just don't. I don't think normal I don't think normal exists.
That's it. That's a stigma.
It's a stigma
when it comes to.
I rather use the term typical.
How about maintain?
I mean, that could work. Yeah. Yeah.
Maintain daily activity.
Yeah.
Normal.
But for many people, these medications help them to be able to function. They help them be able to go to work and do their jobs and just live their lives.
Sure.
So there are concerns with medications, and there should be. You should ask questions, and that's all valid. But let me address some concerns. So here's the risks in things about benzodiazepines.
Okay.
There's a dependence risk. And if you withdraw without tapering, it can be dangerous.
Tapering meaning weaning off.
Like weaning off. Okay. Yes. Reducing the dosage less and less. And don't taper or wean off on your own. Get a doctor's instructions for this.
You got to get the sign off on that.
Right.
Because then insurance would be like, we didn't approve that.
Yeah.
Go on.
So because benzodiazepines work in the brain, stopping them suddenly can cause
withdrawal
symptoms and the physiological symptoms as well. It's not just brain symptoms,
right? The vomiting, the nausea, the
there's just a feeling of just blah, just this feeling of just not. And then again, your brain, if you just stop, it seems like now your brain was controlled, and I don't say that in a bad sense, but now you've just now it's free to just do its old thing again.
Sure.
So that can be overwhelming.
You let the rat out of the
cage.
Yes,
exactly. Yeah. And then of course with the SSRIs, which are antidepressants, again, the risks or the side effects or sexual side effects, the emotional flattening, which we talked about last episode.
Emotional blunting.
And there's an adjustment period.
Yes.
So here's the thing. Not everyone experiences side effects, and it's individual to everyone. That's why it's important to monitor your medication and how it's working, and if you're having side effects, which is why if you're taking medication, you should be seeing a psychiatrist at least every other month at minimum.
Yeah.
To check in, to make sure everything's good.
I'll say seeing a therapist, a psychiatrist, it's like going to the chiropractor.
Yeah.
You see them regularly for a number of months in a row. And then as things start to get better and you become more typical in your daily life, that's when it's every other month. And then it goes to every quarter. And then next thing you know, you're catching up every year. Right.
Yeah, maybe.
But there is a process.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
And I said it last episode, there is a commitment to that. You have to stay committed to your overall progress to getting to the point where you can function, wake up and be like, I am in the best place ever. It's a commitment. It really is.
It is. And yes, it may, for lack of a better term, you are going to feel different because it's affecting the way your brain is working
in a positive manner.
Yes.
Which is the end all be all,
correct.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
So then, so people ask me, should I take medication? And I never say yes, you should, or no, you shouldn't. That's an individual decision. But here's some questions to ask. Does anxiety interfere with work or relationships?
That's a fair question.
And if you have panic attacks, how frequent are they?
Mm-hmm.
Are they daily? Do you have one once a year?
Mm-hmm.
That makes a big difference. If you're doing therapy and you feel like you're not making progress and you're still having high anxiety and panic attacks, then medication might be something that could be useful for you.
It's a regulation tactic. It's a tool to help you regulate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Another thing that people that they can't sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Their mind won't shut off. I always use this analogy, the runaway train.
Mm-hmm.
It just gets going and you can't shut it down.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Folks that have the ringing in their ears.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Tinnitus.
Is it all about tinnitus?
Could be. Yeah.
Okay.
If there's a ringing, yes.
And it's a consistent.
Yes. Yeah.
And how, okay. I just had to ask because a lot of folks are like, I can't just have this ringing in my ears. It might be tinnitus, but when it comes to that, the brain not shutting off, that's your brain is focusing on nothing except the sound. And it's trying to pull the sound out of notothingness. And that's where the ringing in the ears comes from.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, typically, again, it's different for everybody, but in essence, it's the same kind of symptomology. You're laying awake, you're worried about things, you're thinking about this, you're thinking about that. And when I work with clients, we work a lot on mindfulness techniques. And I know we've probably talked about them here.
Okay.
So there are a couple of things. And mindfulness really means focusing on the here and now. When you put it in practical terms, like say somebody's worried about money.
Okay.
We'll just bring that up as a general one because that's a worry for many people.
Very.
When you're lying in bed at 10:30, 11 p.m. and you're worried about it, you're thinking about it, your mind is running away. Oh, this could happen. What if this happens? What if I lose my house? What if I lose my car? How am I going to pay these bills? Can you do anything at 10:30 or 11 o'clock on a Tuesday night?
A typical person would say no.
Right. And that's kind of where mindfulness comes in. Mm-hmm. It's like the realization that I'm worried about all these things, but there's nothing I can do about it right at this moment.
Yeah, it's a tomorrow.
Right at this moment, I have no control over anything.
It's a tomorrow problem.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So mindfulness is really kind of just focusing on the here and now. And again, it's focusing on physical touch and sound. Mm-hmm. So again, there are techniques, and I know those of you on audio can't see me, but finger touching, like touching, alternating your fingers to your thumb and using both hands because that engages both hemispheres of your brain.
Sure.
Another one is just an alternate clapping method where you just kind of clap your hands in front of you and just let them sway. Yeah. That kind of gives you that rhythmic feel. You get a sound, you get a feel, and you get something to focus on.
It's like the steel balls hitting one another.
Yes, exactly. Exactly like that. Or there are tons of different apps out right now. The Calm app. There, I'm gonna have to look at the app.
The apps that are out there, you've got green noise, white noise, blue noise, and it all depends on your mind frame, what you're looking to calm down.
Correct.
To. Yeah.
I also just found another relaxation app. It's called Luminate, Lumenate. This one's a little bit different because it does have that guided meditation, but what it does, it uses your flashlight on your phone as kind of a strobe.
Really?
Yes.
That's wild.
So you hold your phone, you start the program. Oh, shoot.
All of a sudden we're in a club.
So you start the program and it starts you through this guided meditation. And then it just says, close your eyes, sit back and just hold your phone about 3 feet from your face.
Really?
And the lights will alternate. They'll flash and then they'll fade in and out. And they'll do this like a pulsing effect so the whole idea here is engaging your vision. It's engaging your eyes, which connects directly to your brain.
Okay.
And the theory is that this light therapy engages that parts of your brain to help you relax.
That reminds me of a television show. It was on Fox, and it was weird science things that would happen. And it was the father of not Aragorn,
Boromir.
Bishop. It was the head character's name. It was Dr. Bishop. Ah, darn it! It's gonna bother me now. Anyway.
Oh, Fringe.
Thank you. Fringe Science. Yes.
Yes.
And there was an episode with the lights would flicker. They would go red, 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 blue, blue, green. And they would flicker back and forth. And that was like a hypnosis effect. And they wouldn't remember what they had just done because they committed something. But yeah, that whole strobing effect is the same thing.
This is great, Matt, that you brought that up because a lot of times when we do hypnosis, one of the key components of hypnosis, or one of the ways you can do it, is an eye lock. It's locking your eye on an object, staring at that object.
Okay.
Sometimes it can be a light. Sometimes it can be something moving. People laugh and say, "Oh, do you use a pocket watch?" And you really could, because that's simply an eye fixation object. That's all that is.
Yeah. Yeah. That I'm sorry. You brought up the strobing light on your phone. It just reminded me of Fringe. And, and thank you for bringing me all the way around.
All the way back. So we got it. So here's the thing. If you're experiencing anxiety, you don't have to suffer with that. There are ways that we can address it. One, I would recommend definitely seeing a therapist, talking to your doctor. Anti-anxiety medication might be something that could benefit you.
Sure.
And yes, you have to be careful. It's all about just following your doctor's orders and what they're recommending. But it can definitely be something that can be helpful. Now, it's not a magic fix. But if I were to say to you, okay, so let's say you start on anti-anxiety medication. Now you're able to sleep 7 to 8 hours a night. Now you're able to get things done without worry getting in the way. You're able to go out and grocery shop or go to the mall if you need to. So and anxiety affects all of the things that you do in life. So if you're able to just even drop that, just some, it's going to free you up. You're going to be more productive, which in turn will hopefully make you more happy.
So you've taken many flights in your lifetime, right? And how many folks have you seen? You could just tell.
Oh yeah,
that
they're just freaking out.
They're freaking out, and they're so anxious they can't stop walking around. Then they get on the plane, and then they are antsy, and then next thing you know, the phalanges on fire or something, right?
Yeah.
So it's just there. Everyone has to work through these.
I've seen a lot of people for fear of flying.
Yeah,
I have 2 clients right now. Every time they plan a trip, they come and see me because they just want to get that refresher, that reinforcement that, I don't need to worry.
Yeah.
And again, we can use logic but see, the human brain has a way of just kicking logic out the door.
Sure.
Because you can say, you know what? You're 1,000 times more likely to get killed in your car than in a plane.
Sure.
Maybe more. I don't even know what the odds are.
It's a statistic.
Yeah, it's a statistic. But I understand the fear.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's your time to go, it's your time to go.
But again, fear of flying is a major phobia for a lot of people.
Yes,
absolutely.
Crowds, concerts, if these are things that you enjoy doing, but you have a phobia, you have to work and you see somebody.
And a phobia is severe anxiety. Like I'll be totally honest, Matt. I have a phobia of spiders.
Okay.
I know in general they're harmless.
Okay.
I mean, you could probably possibly run into a black widow or brown recluse somewhere, but that's not likely.
Not in Michigan, no.
But just even seeing one, I have this instant just reaction in my chest. It's like, and again, it's anxiety. I know what it is. It's just this knee-jerk panic reaction. So I know it. So if you have a phobia, I understand it.
Yeah. I had a phobia with spiders at one point in time. Then I came to the realization, you know what? I'm bigger than they are. They can run faster than me, which is great because I'll chase them.
As long as they're running at me.
Right.
Yeah.
But everyone has a phobia. I used to be scared of the dark. Hell, I was afraid of freaking Superman at one point in time.
What? Superman?
Yeah. I was
of
afraid.
All people?
Yeah, of Superman, because I had this green poster in my bedroom.
Yeah.
And the way the sun came through the shades, it just made him look just absolutely evil. And I was
just Bizarro Superman.
Probably. That's probably where it came from. And I'll throw one more at you.
Yeah.
I was afraid of King Kong. I had a phobia.
That one makes a little more sense.
I was afraid of King Kong. Not gorillas or what have you, but I was afraid of King Kong. because my father let me watch the movie King Kong with Kurt Russell way back in the day, right?
Yeah.
And then we had to go to bed.
Uh-huh.
And that evening, I just would not go to sleep. Daddy, I had to have been 3.5 years old. Daddy, and he comes into the bedroom, and on his way, he grabs a can of Lysol. This is how I got
monster spray.
Yeah, it was exactly what
absolutely.
It was. He put this paper bag around it and wrote King Kong spray on it.
Yep.
He said, "Okay, Matthew, if you think you see King Kong, spray this and he'll go away." And we're talking old school Lysol.
Yeah.
In the white and gold can.
Yeah, aerosol.
It was all aerosol.
Oh, yeah.
So my father goes back to bed. Not 2 minutes later, he's in bed with my mom, and they hear.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it. Yeah, yep.
I slept like a freaking baby that night because of the fumes flying around that bedroom.
Do you know what? When we were 11, my dad took my brother and I to see Jaws.
Oh boy! Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
I thought
that was many sleepless nights after that.
I thought Jaws was going to come out of the bathroom.
Out of the bathtub.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Absolutely.
Well, yeah, everyone has phobias, and
Yes.
yours might not be as.
Here's
whatever.
the thing: everybody has some level of anxiety.
Sure,
it's a natural human reaction.
Yeah.
The problem happens when it becomes debilitating and it prevents you from doing things that you would like to do in life.
Yeah.
If it prevents you from going out, if it prevents you from traveling, that's a problem.
Yeah, thank God I'm not afraid of a microphone.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would never.
I don't. Okay. So, do you get butterflies in your stomach when you're going to go up on stage and perform?
No, I wouldn't call it butterflies. I have this other challenge where I get almost too hyped up.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, dial it
I just
down.
need to dial it down because I don't want to just be like, you know what I mean?
See, I would kind of experience that at weddings and events. I would get those butterflies. I would always become a little a little nervous, a little anxious, and then I would use that energy to perform.
Yeah.
But I can understand where you're like a little too overstimulated,
yes,
if you
right.
will.
Yeah, too fired up. Yes.
And then you just come off as, "Hey, what's going on? Hey, hey."
What happened?
No, I'm with you, and yes, there are ways to work through these items, and seeing a therapist, having a psychiatrist on your side to walk you through these progressive steps to get to the point where you can be and feel, as you said earlier, typical.
Yes, absolutely.
Not the other word.
Correct. Yes. So yes, check with your therapist, get a therapist, talk to your doctor, talk to a psychiatrist. These medications are there to help. Yes, they can be abused. You have to be careful with them. But again, they're there for a reason. And I've always said this, medications exist to help people. Now, I acknowledge pharmaceutical companies are wanting to make money. I understand.
You don't say.
I get that. So that's why it's important to do your research, listen to your doctor. If you trust them, they have your best interest in heart.
Fair.
Yeah. So that is our episode on anxiety medication.
Man, that was thank you for that. We had to balance out the last 4 episodes, or I'm sorry.
Yeah, 4.
The last 4, and then
4 on depression. Yep.
And then we just did 2 on
anxiety medication.
So it makes sense to balance that out. So thank you for that.
So before we go, somebody needs a home.
Well, who is it?
Talia.
Talia
is born in 2017.
Okay, so she's what, 7?
Yeah. Mixed breed,
8, almost.
Spayed female.
Okay.
She's 60 pounds. Dog friendly with proper introduction.
Okay.
Cat friendly unknown. Kids over 8.
Okay.
There's Talia.
Let me say, oh, go look at those ears.
I know, isn't that great?
Well, she's a pretty puppy.
She is. Talia needs a home. DetroitDogRescue.com/adopt.
Please
take her home. Plus, she's, it almost bothers me more when I see dogs go to a shelter when they're older.
Well, yeah.
Because if they're puppies or just a year old, yeah, maybe you get in over your head, you can't handle it. But if you're in a home for 6-7 years and then you just get that, those are the ones that really bother me.
The fact that she's dog friendly with proper introduction, it doesn't mean that she has an aversion to other dogs. It's like, okay, how are we going to get along? There are ways to blend them together,
right? gradually introduce them.
To be 8 years old, this puppy is set in their ways, and they can still be taught new tricks.
Sure.
Trust me, they can.
Yeah.
But you just have to have the patience for it. And that's where Talia is really going to benefit if she finds a home that has patience.
Absolutely. So Talia needs a home. DetroitDogRescue.com/adopt. All righty, folks, that's our show. Join us next Monday night. We will be here on Facebook Live. You can join us, be a part of the show, check in, ask questions, make comments, whatever you want.
Please.
Motor City Hypnotist Facebook page or the Podcast Your Voice Facebook page. We broadcast on both of them at the same time. So you can go to either page, join in the conversation, and be a part of the podcast.
Please do.
In the meantime, change your thinking, change your life, laugh hard, run fast, be kind. We'll see you next time.